Alright there guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'm going to talk to you guys about what anime I'm excited for in 2020. I made a video back in 2017 on anime I'm currently watching and stuff like that. I'm not going to make that type of video again, but instead I'm going to tell you guys what I'm excited for. As even though I probably should have done this last month when the new year was still more fresh, but none of the shows that I'm going to talk about in this video have started yet this year. Therefore, it still works. So the first anime show I want to talk about that I am excited for in 2020 is Fruits Basket Season 2. Last year, in 2019, the 2001 Fruits Basket was remade completely. And it wasn't like the exact same show, word for word, line for line, but it was the exact same story. The story is basically the same. It just told in a slightly different way. And there wasn't really any hugely new content that we got to see from the show. It was pretty much the same, exactly the same as the 2001 version. But but at the end of the opening theme song, it says Fruits Basket Season 1. Why would it say that if there was never going to be a Season 2? And they confirmed at the end of Season 1 that there would be a Season 2. Meaning this year, for the first time ever, we're going to see completely new and original Fruits Basket content. Fruits Basket, of course, has one of the most famous love triangles in all of anime between Toru Honda, Yuki Soma, and Kyo Soma. Yuki being the rat zodiac sign, and Kyo being the cat. And they hate each other. With Kyo being one of the most famous male anime tsunderes. Because tsunderes very, very often tend to be female. But Kyo actually is one of the more famous male tsunderes. And I'm really excited to see how the love triangle continues. Like, are Yuki and Kyo gonna actually fight each other physically over Toru? They had many fights against each other in the past over very small things, but are they literally gonna fight each other for the affection and the love from Toru? Who knows? That's what's so great. We can speculate what's going to happen in Season 2, but we have, of course, no idea what's actually going to happen. Funnily enough, I actually had a pretty big break in between the first 15 episodes of Fruits Basket and the last 10. You know, I had a pretty big break because I started watching Naruto Shippuden in between, and that took me from August the 2nd to November the 16th last year, and then I caught up on the final 10 episodes of Fruits Basket Season 1. So yeah, Season 2, I can't wait to see that love triangle return, because it's definitely one of the most famous love triangles in all of anime, that still to this day hasn't been completed yet. We haven't had a couple emerge from that love triangle. Now then, the second show is Agretsuko Season 3. Back in 2018, Netflix decided to create an anime that only had 15-minute episodes rather than 20, called Agretsuko, which stands for aggressive Retsuko, about a 25-year-old woman who's a panda and single, you've got to make sure that part's in there. And how she goes about her daily life working in an office job, wanting to finally have settle down with somebody and get married and all that. And she just hasn't been able to get it done. She, of course, has a secret karaoke place that she goes to let out her heavy metal anger through song, which is always funny every time we get to it. In 2019, they made a season 2 of Agretzko, which was even funnier than season 1. And in 2020, they will be making, I'm pretty sure, they will be making a 3rd season of Agretzko, which is probably going to be just as funny as seasons 1 and 2, or possibly even funnier. It's a very, very unique anime show. You wouldn't expect to see anything quite like it. And again, it shows that Netflix can make good anime, but they can't make good adaptations of anime. Which is why they should learn to just leave adaptations of anime alone, and stick to their only involvement with anime is making their own, because they've made Castlevania, which people love. So yeah, Netflix, stick to just making anime rather than doing anything else with it. We all know what happened with the live adaptation of Death Note. It was a disaster. One of the worst, or if not the worst, anime adaptation of all time. But yeah, Agretzko Season 3, they may only be 15 minutes long, but that helps it. I feel like 20 minutes would be too long for the episodes, for what's in them. So 15 minutes works out perfectly. Now, the third show is something I'm more interested than genuinely excited for. It's The Promised Neverland Season 2, which starts in October of this year, so we've got a pretty long time to wait still before that starts. But The Promised Neverland was compared quite a lot to Chicken Run, and you can see the comparisons do make sense. Both sets of characters, the chickens and the kids from The Promised Neverland, ever since they were born, were locked up in a certain area. The chickens a farm, the kids an orphanage, where they were going to be, where the owners were going to have them killed and then fed the chickens as pies to feed to people, the kids as just human meat to feed to demons. And a lot of people that like The Promised Neverland said it's really, really good from the very, very beginning. Personally, I don't believe that. I think the show does not start off very well, but it gets better continuously. It doesn't start off amazing, but every episode it just keeps on getting better and better and better. But the reason I'm really interested for the second season of The Promised Neverland is because the kids all escaped from their mother in season 1. So what will they even do for the second season? Maybe we'll see the kids seeing how the kids survive by themselves with no parental guidance. But who knows? Very interested to see how make season 2 and what they do with it, because I don't really see any way where they can go with it. But with the second season confirmed, they obviously have something planned for it. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. Next, we have Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2, which begins in just 2 months' time in April. So, not too long to wait for the second season of that, and that's going to be great, because I really, really enjoyed Season 1. And the reason why it was not on my top 5 anime of 2019 list is because I actually hadn't finished watching it. Yeah, it was the very, very last anime of 2019 that I watched. Which is funny because it was one of the very first anime to be released in 2019. But it was released at the start, but I didn't watch it till the end. But what makes that show so great is all the psychology. We have the president of the high school, Miyuki, and then we have Kaguya, who's the student council vice president, and the two of them have their own little game of whichever one confesses their love to the other first loses. So the entire first season, the two of them keep thinking of ways to try and make the other one confess. And the amount of psychology and mental thinking that goes, mental strength of the thinking that they have is so incredibly smart. There's no romance anime quite like it. But for some reason, these Kaguya and Miyuki, for some reason, were put into the nominations for the Crunchyroll Anime Awards as Best Couple of 2019, when they're not even a couple. It doesn't make any sense. These two are not a couple. These two are literally trying to make the other one confess first. So none of them are dating. But the silly misadventures the two of them go through, trying to think of any simple ways to make the other one confess, and at the end of every episode, we always have if somebody wins or if someone loses. And I can't wait to see what methods the two of them use to try and make each other confess their love to each other first in Season 2. Now then, next show, Attack on Titan Season 4. You guys kind of probably know my journey with Attack on Titan. We started off in Season 1, pretty good, nothing too bad there. Then we go smoothly along, and then we hit Season 2, and a huge slump. Massive slump in Season 2. Che actually gave up on Attack on Titan after Season 2. Because back in school, he loved Season 1. He talks about it quite a lot. But then Season 2 came out in 2017, which in my opinion will always be the worst season of Attack on Titan. It was awful compared to Season 1 and Season 3. But I decided to give Attack on Titan another go by watching Part 1 of Season 3 back in 2018, and it was actually pretty good. I was pretty impressed with what I saw in Season 3 with Levi and Kenny the Ripper, which was obvious, which was a slight I think it was a slight reference to Jack the Ripper. Finding out that Captain Levi and Mikasa are actually related. And the revelation that right at the end of Season 3, Armin becomes a Titan just like Eren did in Season 1. But possibly one of the biggest reveals of the whole Rant series so far was the fact that Aaron's mother was eaten back in season 1, episode 1, at the very, very beginning of the show. Aaron's mother, you saw that she was eaten by a Titan, but the incredible reveal is that Titan happened to be the first wife of Aaron's dad. That's right, Aaron's dad's first wife ate Aaron's mom. I'd say that's the best reveal for the whole series, the craziest reveal the series has had, even more than Reiner and Bertolt being the armoured and colossal titans. Of course, we had a huge emotional impact of Commander Erwin's death. So we no longer have a commander. I guess we have Captain Levi as the commander now, so I guess he's Commander Levi. He can still probably be a commander and wash your windows. But after the Aaron and the rest of the scout regiment finally made it to his basement, to the basement that his dad talked about to him when he was younger, that they'd spent pretty much the entire series trying to get to, and they finally got it. It sets up season 4 perfectly, and which won't be starting until autumn of this year. So I feel like AOT will end. No, I'm pretty certain AOT, the Attack on Titan, will finally end in 2021, making it an 8-year series. It started in 2013, but ended in 2021. So I'm pretty excited for season 4 to see how they wrap up the whole story. With Reiner and Bertolt both still being alive, will it be Aaron and Armin in their Titan forms fighting Reiner and Bertolt, where we have a 2-on-2 Titan slugfest brawl? I'd be down to see that. But we won't know until nearer the end of this year, at the start of season 4, and then in 2020, early 2021. So I guess, if you think about it, season 4 of Attack on Titan could end around about 1 year from now. And finally, the final show we're going to talk about is Dragon Ball Super. And that's if it even gets released this year, because who knows, Toriyama loves to procrastinate and doesn't submit his work until the very last minute. It's like most students when they're in school doing their homework on the night, the day before, the night before the homework needs to be needs to be given in. That is basically what Toriyama's doing, which means even though the Dragon Ball Super manga is well into the Moro arc, we still have no word on when the anime is coming back. God, it's so frustrating. Dragon Ball Super, from all the flaws it did have, from horrible retellings of the first two arcs of the Resurrection F and Battle of Gods movies, horrible retellings with terrible animation, not as good as stories, but the Universe 6 arc picked it up a bit, and gave us interesting characters like Frost and Hit. The Goku Black arc, an evil Goku that's canon, future Trunks coming back, Zeno actually being used for something to destroy Zamasu, which of course made the end of the arc the worst way they could have ended it. They should have let Trunks take the win. And then the Tournament of Power arc, literally the biggest tournament in anime history, with the highest stakes of anime history for a tournament. only Dragon Ball can set these type of numbers. And of course, when Goku, achieving Ultra Instinct, broke the internet in episode 110. All of that. But no, they don't. Dragon Ball Super was probably not coming back in 2020. And if it is, I'll be so happy, because in July of this year, Dragon Ball Super will be 5 years old already. 5 years old already. Half a decade old. For God's sake, Toei, just give us some Dragon Ball Super content, please. The last content for Super we had was the Broly movie, and that was like just over a year ago now. Well, that's gonna be the end of this video. Hope you get that. With that being my Dragon Ball Super rant over, because the Dragon Ball community is getting pretty tired of waiting for Super to return, but we'll be very happy when it finally does. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new to the channel, follow me on all my social medias, and until next time guys, catch you later.